I'm going to look at three examples of solving exponential equations, and these three equations all have something in common. They have essentially the same direction. Solve the exponential equation by expressing each side as a power of the same base and then equating exponents. And so if I look at this first equation, I've got 5 to the x, so 5 is my base and x is my exponent. On the right hand side I just have a 25, that would be my base, and there really is an exponent there of 1. But I can't solve this because I really need to have each side with the same base if I can. And so I can do that here because I can rewrite 25 with a base of 5. I can rewrite 25 as 5 to a power. If I do that, I would get 5 to the x equals 5 to the second, right? Because 5 to the second power, 5 squared, is equal to 5 times 5, which is 25. Now I've got that both sides have the same base. So if that's true and I've got equal quantities, the only way that can happen is if the exponents are also equal. So I just set the exponents equal to each other, and for this first equation then my solution is just x equals 2. The second equation is similar. Here I've got 4 to the 4x minus 4 equals 256. I would look at this and say, is there any way I can rewrite both sides as the same power? To look at that then I have to think about, can I get 256 from 4 to a power? Well, you know, if I do 4 times 4, 4 squared is 16. If I do 4 times 4 times 4, that's 64. And if I do 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, we can see that that is 256. So I can rewrite the 256 as 4 to the 4th power. So I get 4 to the 4x minus 4 equals 4 to the 4th power. Now I have equal exponents, equal bases, on both sides. So I can just equate the exponents. And so if I equate the exponents, I would get 4x minus 4 equals 4, right? Those are the exponents here. I just set those equal to each other. So I'd add 4 to both sides. That gives me 4x equals 8. And if I divide both sides by 4, I get my solution of x equals 2. And here in the third example then, I've got 3 to a power, and then I've got 1 over 9. Well, I know 9 is 3 squared, but to have 1 over 9, that's the reciprocal. Remember, I get reciprocals by taking negative powers. So I can rewrite this as 3 to the 7 minus x, and then the 9, that's 3 squared, but since it's in the bottom, that would be 3 to the negative 2 power. And since the bases are equal, I've got 3 and 3 on both sides, I can equate the exponents. I'm just going to set the 7 minus x equal to the negative 2. So 7 minus x equals negative 2. To get the x by itself, I could subtract 7 from both sides. And if I do that, I'm left with negative x equals negative 9. And then I could divide both sides by negative 1. And that tells me that x equals 9.